Hello, Lifestyle Asia. My name is Sung-an. I'm the chef at Mosu. This is our 27 questions. I think it's the energy that attracted me, but it's the culture within. I come here and then I walk around and I really enjoy everything about it, like the food, people, just the way it works, I practice, but I gave up actually. I gave up. Yeah. Time goes very fast. I feel like, time is very fast. What I can do about it is do everything that it's like it's last day, you know what I mean? And do it as best as I can every day. So that's what I try to do. My role model, if I should pick one person, is my grandfather who passed away. He showed me class. He showed me almost like how to talk to people. I learned a little bit from him, the good qualities, and I try to keep that that quality with me. So I didn't get paid. It's probably illegal, but I worked at t-shirt shop in Pacific Beach, San Diego, when I was 7th grade maybe. Yeah. I enjoy beer and hard liquor, soju. Jesus, jeez, man. Oh man, this is so hard. I get rice in my mind. But you always want to add something with rice, But I want to say something with rice, yeah. Well, last 5 days, I just realized that 4 out of 5, I had an instant noodle for lunch. Whether it's my choice or not, it's something convenient because I gotta keep on moving. I think it always comes down to who I have the meal with. I took my family to Spain in San Sebastian with my family, and I had one of the steak asador. That was one of the best meals that I had. But it doesn't just come down to the flavor and how it tastes. It's just the ambience, the time that I spent there. My good friend Wing, Vicky Chang, is probably one of my favorite meal there. I'm usually put my pride in rice dishes. I know I don't really serve that much here, but when I find the right variety of it, and especially the Korean variety in Korea, and to showcase their character, and I take so much pride in rice. And maybe it's because I'm Asian, but there's something, the element that you have to take pride in order for it to try to make it perfect. I am like a zombie. I don't do anything. If you're referring to day off, I try to minimize any movement. I eat shitty food, just whatever's near me. I try to kind of, stay low key, and just enjoy time with, the close ones, and because it's worth it. Those times it's necessary in your life. So my father had a rabbit farm. Yeah, when I was really young, he used to have a rabbit farm in the suburb in Korea for the rabbit fur. Therefore, we're in the wild, outside in the mountain. So I remember catching frog and snakes, and we're living in this hut, and it might be a hardship moment for the family maybe, but as a young boy, I enjoy that wildlife so much. I spoke to my father 2 days ago, and this is what he said since I was quite young actually. He always tell me, whatever the first the mindset or the heart that you set into, do not forget. You know what I mean? It's a cliche thing, but it's very hard because the environment changes you. The directions, you're like, oh, this seems better, and you kind of, but not to lose that focus on initial heart, the feeling. He always reminds me that. So both actually, it's simultaneously both best and worst. I was gonna open Mosu, but I didn't have a name. I didn't know what kind of genre or what kind of food that I was gonna cook, but having idea of opening a restaurant, I went to one of my ex-chef, who was Corey Lee of Benu, San Francisco. I went to him, I bought him a nice present, I was like, chef, I'm gonna open a restaurant. can you give me some advice? He said one thing, just one thing for the advice. It's like, do what the fuck your heart tell you. Like, Sung, do what the fuck your heart tell you. Like, that's what he said. So I was like, okay. So I was waiting for him to say more. It's like, anything else? And he's like, no, that's it. Like, do what your heart tells you. You will not regret. You will not fail. You'll never fail if you do that. I was like, I walked out. I was like, fuck. What does that mean? You know, like, come on. I waste my money giving him a present. You know. But that advice, at that moment, was the worst advice ever. But I look back after I, became a successful chef. It's one of the best advice that you could possibly give to young, lost, unsure of future chef. You know what I mean? Young, not just a chef, maybe for everyone, I would try to live more difficult life, try to find more difficult things to do in my life. The qualities that I think, the good qualities that I have is earned from those times, the hardships and the times. And I know it's like, now you can say it now, but I really mean it. I really mean it. And the treasures that I have in my heart and my mind is from those times. And I would like to have more if I can. It's a good time to be a chef, right? It's a good era, What I really enjoy about my job is being in the kitchen, working together with my team members and creating, dishes. Very challenging, but those dishes and, always touching ingredients and cutting and, those simple cooking techniques that apply into food. I really enjoy that. Yeah. To come up with the satisfying finished product, it takes quite a long time. It's a very difficult process. I didn't have to understand everything. It's that how I express here, and then if I have a platform to express myself, I think people would be attracted to things that I would do. So it's not about me understanding everything. It's about me expressing just the way I think it should be expressed in this community. It's more like, okay, I come to Hong Kong. I wanted to be part of Hong Kong. I go it's a Seoul restaurant. So it's really important for me to be part of the community rather than I'm a foreign restaurant where great restaurant, come and eat. You know what I mean? Like it has a certain distance between it. So I really want to close the gap always anywhere I go, whatever the food I do, it has to have a connection between its location and people. So why did they come to Mosu? Why did my team members and staff members come to Mosu? To play? I don't think so. To be happy? That they want to casually work? Then they could go to casual restaurant, casual places. We are very strong in our character, our culture in the restaurant. We're very hardworking. We're very intense. It's black and white. It's like, you working? You better come with it. If you're not, whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. A lot of people are mistaken. Say balance between, they want to have fun and work. I was like, yes, fun is good. But what kind of fun are you looking for? You come to work, you finish your job, and then you're proud, and then you feel good for that day, and then you finish your duties, then that's happiness for me. And I try to show that to my team. Not everyone understand that. It's okay. I don't think it's for everyone, but I try to make that culture in any restaurant that I'm involved in. 4-star? No, I'm just kidding. But if my goal of my chef career was 3 Michelin star, then I have nowhere to go. But my goal was not that. My goal is to do what I love as long as possible. That's my goal. And Michelin star and all this media, whatever ranking, they help. They help, and then I'm glad and I'm honored to receive the awards and stuff like that. But it shouldn't be about next goal. It should be about daily basis service. As a chef, it's a lifestyle. This loving and enjoying this lifestyle will lead to great things, I think. So what I try to do is not setting a goal of achieving something, but just finish what I do every day, also as best I can. And that will, I think, hopefully lead to something greater. Our regular guests who came since I had no stars to 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, it accumulated within 4 or 5 years. Our standard has never changed. Our standard of working, our standard of food, our standard of way we operate has never changed. Never, not once. We have not changed one word of our standard from no star to 3 star. If I've changed something, maybe I'm like, okay, how can we do better to earn this? How can we go up our ranking and stuff like? It's a very subjective thing, Restaurant, we make a set of rules, and then whatever they want to rank you or give you stars, it's up to them. But for me, I could honestly, truthfully tell you, I've never changed anything since the day one, other than evolution of food. You know what I mean? Yeah.
셰프는 돌아야 돼.
아, 맞습니다.
Yeah, the literal translation is kind of misleading, actually. In there, it's like his name was Dorai. Dorai is like, it's crazy, but it's like not in a bad way. It's like you're focused on something so much that you're fucking crazy. There are times where you give everything that you have, so for whatever the occasion might be, this might sound so crazy, but you live, you breathe, and then you sleep. You think while you sleep about cooking because you were forced to. You have to come up with something. You have to make sure you're on time. But those impossible tasks has to be achieved next day, day after, next weekly, monthly. I remember being so focused. I don't remember anything else during my life, that few years of that time, other than just thinking about cooking, living, breathing, dreaming. And then I would just wake up and I would sleep, the 4 or 5 hour sleep when I'm not cooking, when I'm not in the restaurant. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I will write something because something came up in my head, and I write down, and I go back to sleep so I don't forget. So I'm constantly thinking 24 hours about something about cooking up, something about restaurant operation. Meaning I look back and I was like, oh, that was fucking crazy. I'm so focused. And then when he was like, oh, when I'm cooking, I'm so focused. His name is Maniac. Okay, Maniac. I understood what he meant. And so what I was telling him was, chef who has been crazy about cooking, whether it's short period or some amount of time, has a different perspective of how the food should be. And that's kind of what I was referring to him. I cannot go to a restaurant. I used to just walk around. Now everyone asks how's the food? They want to have this elaborated answer, and they want me to explain. And I'm thankful that they want to take photos and say, I'm always happy to do that. But I just want to have a meal, I think for a contestant, that they're looking at their face expression and how they react to it. Every stage was challenged to them. And Netflix, is so evil. They make it so difficult, Most challenging was tofu challenge at the semi-final or something, before the final. Because it requires creativity, but not everyone has this creativity that comes out right off the bat. I think it was 30 minutes of cooking per dish. And when I saw that, I was very impressed with all the chefs there. For me, biggest thing that I learned, that I gained, is to see the other professions, closely, and then be connected with them, and then talk to them, and how they're so passionate about making film or making this show. The PDs, the executive, the producers, the writers, the cameraman, and when I see them, they're so professional. They're so passionate about what they do. And then that inspires me so much. It doesn't have to be cooking. It's about passionate of things that they love, and I learned so much from them in that act. Yeah. Oh, I always have the same answer. I say, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Should I explain? Everyone is responsible for their choice. If they want to be chef, whether I say don't or whatever, they'll do it. And that's the mindset you should have. If I say don't do it and they don't do it, then you should not do it at all. You should not even think about that in the first place. It's the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna do this, and have that courage to be responsible with what your decision is the key to success. It's a key to push when it git's difficult. It's going to get very difficult. And then they're not gonna blame me for that. I'm not gonna let them blame me for that, to persuade. There's no persuasion, it's your choice. So when they ask, I say don't do it.